What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Corey, and today we are going to talk a little bit about the Call of Duty beta, and as well as just some content things from the channel, what to expect, what it looks like coming up, and as we really prep for Beta Weekend 2 coming up on Friday. So if you guys haven't seen my previous video talking about Beta Weekend number 1 that was posted earlier this week, I highly recommend going and checking that out. I had a couple of opinions about how Beta Weekend 1 went that I wanted to talk about in that video, so some of my thoughts if you guys want to listen to that and kind of hear what I thought about the Weekend 1 beta and a little bit about what I hope to see in this second Weekend beta, which is really what I want to cover today. So I know with Beta Weekend 1, the overall consensus from like the COD community, I was seeing some like Modern Warzone, T-Dog, and a bunch of people kind of tweeting and making videos about the maps from Beta Weekend 1 and how they just did not live up to the expectation that we had. And I know a lot of those people have actually played some of the other maps that are coming out with the full launch of the game whenever they got invited to go to the COD event out of headquarters for Infinity Ward. And so they got to see a little bit of stuff that we won't see in this next beta weekend. But even just hearing them talk about it, I'm really anxious to see how the new maps are going to play. And I know with Beta Weekend number 2, we do get kind of that one extra map. We're getting Lithium. They're pulling out Lotus, which I'm not exactly sure why they put Lotus in for Beta Weekend 1. I really felt like that was not a very polished map. It didn't feel like it played well. It was kind of all over the place. So I'm really excited to actually see them put Lithium in, and hopefully that'll be a better map to play on. But the overall consensus that I'm seeing from everyone is that these maps in Beta Weekend 1 were not very good, and you're only getting that one new map for Beta Weekend 2, so everything else is going to stay the same in terms of maps. And personally, I thought Cachette was a good map, or Cachette, however you pronounce it. I didn't love Rooftops, and I was not a huge fan of Silkworm either. Silkworm could be an okay Dom map, and that's what I played predominantly on it, was Domination. It's just a little bit of kind of a hellscape almost in the middle, with as much stuff as can happen right there around the B flag. And then with Rooftops, it really, the spawns are what killed that one. And even though it is a 3-lane map and you have some movement between the lanes, it just didn't play the way that I'd hoped it would have. And in Transit 2-on-3, I absolutely despise that map. I think that it tries to play too much like a Shipment or a Nuketown, and it just fails at it. It is super fast paced. And I think if the movement in MW4 wasn't as fast as it currently is, then maybe that will be a more playable map. Get rid of tack sprint, let it be just normal sprint, and I think that'll really help make Transit play better. But I know that's probably not in the cards for Modern Warfare 4, as they are using the modern movement mechanics that we've seen since 2019. But anyway, all of that is to be said that for Beta Weekend 2, I'm really looking to see what kind of adjustments they make, because we know that they've looked at the TTK, we know that they're checking some of the spawn point stuff, and we know they're adding in that new map. Now there are other adjustments going on, probably to kill streaks, probably to some of the perks. I know that we have more stuff unlocked in the second beta because you get the extra 10 levels, so they have selected essentially 10 more items to give you, including Ghost and Cold-Blooded, which I think really should have been in Beta Weekend 1 because of how many UAVs and stuff we saw. And then with a Chopper Gunner, Cold-Blooded would have been awesome to have, but at least we are getting those for Beta Weekend number 2. I'm also really interested to see what they do with the attachments in the second Beta Weekend, because it feels like when you put attachments on a gun in this current state, you get penalized way more than you actually get a benefit from that attachment. So if I want to throw an optic on my ADS speed, it's expected that it would increase, but it's increasing drastically. If I really want to use that extended mag, my reload time and my ADS are both getting hit heavy. If I really want to have quick ADS speed, my vertical recoil control is just going to hell. And I really think that they need to tune that down a little bit, because it's if you stack 4 or 5 attachments on these guns, all of a sudden the penalties are huge, right? I can't build just a full damage range build, because then my ADS is that of a sniper for an SMG. And those things just shouldn't be happening. There should be some type of offset, but not as heavy as they have it now. And I think with the attachments being adjusted, hopefully that'll play into some of the TTK issues we're seeing too. I know for like the AK specifically, they've dropped the headshot multiplier from 1.45 down to I think 1.18. So you're seeing a significant decrease in damage multipliers. and I'm sure we'll see more of that across the board as we go into this beta weekend. But I'm really interested to see what they do with the attachments, because that was one of the things that really stuck out to me in this beta in weekend 1, is how heavy those things hurt you opposed to just helping you. Kind of the next thing I want to touch on is, we have Kill Block that's coming back. 10v10 gunfight is coming back for beta 2. Very excited for that. And I'll be interested to see if we get any other game modes for Kill Block throughout the weekend. I've heard it rumored we may get Hardpoint on Kill Block during this beta 2. I would love that. But I'm excited to see that return. But then the big thing is we are getting Resurgence, right? So we're getting Zodiac, which is that new map for Modern Warfare 4 Warzone. So I'm really interested to see how many people just migrate over even during this beta weekend. Overall, if you watched that video from earlier this week, you know that I felt like it was a pretty middle of the road Modern Warfare. I think it's worth trying to get in this open beta, but I definitely don't think it blew my socks off like I was hoping it would. There's some really cool mechanics. The fact that bullets actually affect smoke now, I think that's really cool. And that's something that, with the modern engine, the modern mechanics, and really the modern hardware that people are playing on today, the game can handle that. And I think it adds a cool dynamic to, if there's a smoke screen in front of you, you can shoot a few shots through, blow a hole, and kind of see what's going on from the other side. Counter-Strike did that with CS2. You're able to shoot through smokes and see. I think that it's a lot better in COD. Obviously, it's a different style game, but the way that Call of Duty is kind of below the smoke, you can see more, which is I like personally. It really does show there's something blowing through. And so I think that's a really cool mechanic, because a lot of things they did that I thought were really neat. But I'm really hoping that we see some of these tuned attachments. We see some of the maps get adjusted, the spawn points, the TTK, and really see Infinity Ward making the attempt to adjust to what the COD community wants. But anyway, I say all of that to say, I hope you take the time to play the open beta this weekend. I think it's worth downloading it, even if it's just you play, 2 or 3 hours, just to see if you like it. I know I'm going to be excited when the COD comes out in October. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play. It's going to give me something to grind. And I'm just excited to be off of the Black Ops cycle, because Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 back-to-back was a little much. It felt very repetitive. At least this game feels different than BO7 and BO6 do, because it is an Infinity Ward title and not a Treyarch title. And therefore, the hit detection feels better in my opinion. The gameplay is going to be a little bit different. And I do get some of the feelings from 2019, but this game feels more like an MW3, new MW3, than it does 2019 to me. Kind of transitioning to content coming up. Obviously with beta weekend, I'm going to be either live or have at least some videos coming out about beta weekend number 2. So be looking for that. Be grinding a good bit this weekend with the boys. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But post beta, I will probably have a recap video come out talking about my thoughts and opinions from both weekend 1 and weekend 2, and kind of what I hope to see when the full game launches in October. But after that, because we don't really have a COD right now, right? BO7's out, but I don't see myself going back and playing it all the time. I think what we're going to do is prep for the Modern Warfare 4 campaign. And so since it's the 4th installment, I'm going to go back and try to play the campaigns of 2019, 2022, and 2023 COD. So MW 2019, MW2, and MW3, because they should play, at least I think, directly into MW4. If you did play the closed beta, maybe you got a chance to play the released campaign mission. I feel like it was an interesting campaign mission in the fact that I don't know the plot of the whole storyline, but the gameplay felt good. There were a few things that it felt more like a Modern Warfare title than the Black Ops 7 campaign felt like a Black Ops title. Because the BO7 campaign should really be erased from everyone's mind and from existence. That thing was atrocious. But hopefully the Modern Warfare 4 campaign shapes up to be better. We know they were based over in, I believe, South Korea for most of it. And then you're going to have Price kind of going rogue. And I think that's a really cool concept. So definitely excited for that. So we're going to play all of the other 3. So you should see some videos coming out. I'm trying to post roughly 1 mission per episode, maybe 2, depending on how long it takes me. So be looking for those to get posted probably the week after the beta weekend is over. So kind of, I guess, next week. We'll probably start posting those around Thursday or Friday, and I don't know if they'll be every day or every other day, but my goal would be to get through all 3 of them before the release of MW4's campaign that comes out October 16th for early access campaign. That way we have time to play through the campaign before the 23rd, which is the full launch of the game. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys disagree with me, if you agree with me on kind of what is going on, let me know if there's some content that you want to see. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Modern Warfare 4, or maybe in a stream or something whenever I'm live. So, love you guys. Tell someone you love them, and I'll see you in the next one.